Good morning one and all. Myself Bhavani from Civil Department. Today I am going to give the lecture on flood prone regions in our India and also what are the preventive measures we have to follow when these floods occur. Okay. And coming to the first one, that is Indian flood hazards. Means obviously any type of disaster, it will make the whole climatic condition changes and also the atmospheric conditions. But these floods are going to be changed overall per region. Its toposphere is going to be changed because of this floods also. Means for some weeks or some months also, overall that region area will going to be defected. So as that of this, we are going to learn about, means in our India, what are the flood hazards we already see. Okay, in mostly in our India, Uttarakhand region is called as the flood prone region. Why? Because in that flood prone region, most of the area is covered with the Himalayas only. Means when that Himalayan region is covered in that Uttarakhand, means in spring season what will happen means overall that Himalayan region is covered with the overall glaciers, ice blocks like that. When in summer season, what will happen means when the temperature is going to be rises, that overall that glaciers are going to be melted. That time what will happen means that melted ice water will come towards the downstream. Because of that also, Uttarakhand is one of the most flood prone area in our India. Okay, according to this one, some of the flood hazards we already see in the past few years. Here I am going to explain what are the prone areas and what are the flood hazards. We already see that one. And here, mainly flood is one of the most common natural disaster in our India. And nextly, these southwest monsoon region, means Himalayan region. Mostly this Himalayan region will be having the most amount of floods here. Why? Because just now I told you, Uttarakhand region is very much flood prone area because of this Himalayas. And often it will be that Uttarakhand region will be surrounded with the floods only most of the time. Okay. And it also, when these floods occur, means it also results in the heavy losses. Maybe it will be lives or whether it may be economic conditions of that region. And here, coming to the next one, that is history of the Indian flood hazards. Means in the previous years, what are the different types of flood hazards we faced? Okay, in that one, first one, that is in 1943 in Chennai, flood occur due to the excessive rainfall. Means that excessive rainfall may be up to 6 days. Means continuously, because of the continuous heavy rainfall, this overall Kovam and also the Adya river, it overflowed and it goes into the downstream towards the agricultural fields and also towards the developed area also at that time. Okay, this is also one of the very drastic disaster happened at that time. And next one is, it happened in 1979, that is in Gujarat. In Gujarat, in Machu Dam, what happened means because of the heavy rainfall, because of this heavy rainfall, overall that dam is collapsed at that time. And because of that collapsing of the dam also, overall flooding is happened towards the Morbi town. And in this flood disaster, almost 1800 to 2500 people they died. Okay, why? Because if any dam is going to be collapsed, means if we know that one, means we have to evacuate the downstream people immediately. But if suddenly the dam is collapsed, means automatically we don't know and we can't take any safe precautions also at that time. Okay, and in the yesterday's class I already told you that if one dam is going to be take the water, means maybe it may be from the heavy rainfall also. If we are going to take that for the heavy rainfall water, if you are going to store that water in the reservoir means at some capacity only it is going to be take. But after that capacity, it is not going to take, and we have to leave that extra amount of water from the reservoir towards the downstream by using that dam gates. Otherwise, if you are going to store that water means because of the selfishness of some hydrology people, okay, we can store some water that can be useful for summer season like that. Now means if we think like that means the dam is going to be collapsed. Okay, likewise in this um, Machuchu dam also this one is happened. When this dam is suddenly collapsed, it almost take the 1800 to 2500 people lives here. And next one is these are all the different types of floods occurred in different states of India, and this data will be taken. It's already taken from the case studies. We are having some means flood case study we are having from that one. I took this one. Okay, and next one is in 1987. In 1987, in Bihar, floods occurred because of the overflow of the this Kosi river. Why? Because of the heavy rainfall, this Koshi river it overflow. Means at that time almost because of the overflow of that river also, we almost lost 1399 people, and also 302 animals they died, and also at that time overall property loss means by estimating almost its loss is 68 billion at that time only. Okay, you can imagine how much of that floods happened at that time in Bihar. And next one is that is in July 2005 in Mumbai, because of the heavy rainfall. Means that heavy rainfall is having the means it received the heavy rainfall of 994 mm in just a day. Okay, means that much amount of rainfall is fallen in one day. Means you can imagine what happened. So that it already took the almost 5000 people, and there is estimated to be property loss of 540 crore also. And next is in 2015 Gujarat floods. Means here in Gujarat also means other than this Uttarakhand region, this Gujarat is also facing so many floods. Means recently also in the previous years also, this Gujarat is faced so much flood disasters here. And in 2015 also Gujarat faced this floods, and which is in the north Gujarat, it resulted in the almost 70 deaths. This is also due to the heavy rainfall. And next one is in 2016 in Assam, in Kaziranga National Park, it almost killed around 200 wild animals because of these floods. Why? Because in that flood only, it almost affected the 1.8 million people. You can see here, 1.8 million people affected because of this Assam floods. Means obviously if the heavy rainfall will be there, means that heavy rainfall they will just go into the rivers or oceans. When that rivers and oceans also they overflow, means that will go towards the downstream, and because of that impact also these Assam floods are happen. And mainly great impact of this one is to the people, and also as well as the wild animals who are which are living in this Kaziranga National Park. Okay, and coming to the next topic, that is flood prone region in India. Means what are the different states which are called as the prone regions in our India? Means in the basin of Himalayan region, means nearer to the Himalayan regions, those overall region will be a flood prone region only. Because in the summer season when that Himalayas are going to be melted, means automatically that will cause the floods. Okay, and nearer to these Himalayan regions, what are the states we can see? Means here you can see Punjab, Haryana, and Himachal Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and West Bengal, Assam, and obviously this Uttarakhand also. And next one is Northwestern River Basin, and this also is one of the greatest flood prone region in our India. And next is that is Central Peninsular River, that is nothing but Godavari, Krishna. These are all comes under this peninsular river basin only. Kaveri, Pennar River, these are all the rivers which is comes under the Central Peninsula River Basin. Okay. And next one is overview of our Uttarakhand region. Why? Because overall in our Uttarakhand, that overall means we can just here you can see overall this total area of this state is 53,584 square meters, and in this one 94% of the area is filled with the Himalayas only. Why? Because that overall state is like that only, means 94% of the 94% is covered with Himalayas only. Okay. Then in summer season, means other than winter season, if we are going to come towards this summer season, means automatically that overall glaciers or this Himalayan peak region will going to be melted, means that ice is going to be melted, and that ice is going to be converted into the water here. Okay. And because of that also floods can be happen easily and also frequently happened in this Uttarakhand region. And in this Uttarakhand region, we are having major two rivers, that is Ganga and Yamuna. This Ganga and Yamuna, it is originate from this glaciers of the Uttarakhand floods only. Means if these rivers are going to be overflow, means that will cause the floods here. And next one is in this in detail I kept this info here. You can see. And in the year of 2019 in Uttarakhand, obviously here heavy rainfall occurred, and almost we can imagine some normal benchmark will be there for the rainfall. Okay. But here in this Uttarakhand region, almost 375% more than of the benchmark rainfall happened in this monsoon region in the year of 2013. And also in that means in that span only from 16 to 17 also this in the same year again these heavy floods are occurred, and that is called as the day of destruction that happened in the Uttarakhand. Means recently I think in 2016 also this type of floods occur in Uttarakhand region. Okay, Uttarakhand is very frequently occurring floods. Okay, because of the massive rainfall and because of the cloud burst events also. Means in Uttarakhand only at multiple places this can be happen, whether it may be Bhagirathi Basin or Asiganga Basin, or also in Mandakini, Badrinath regions. These are all in these regions only heavy rainfall occurred, and also the cloud burst events are occurred. And some of the places like Alaknanda regions also face this type of problems like floods. And same in the 2013 year only, in this Alaknanda region also these heavy rainfalls occurred, and that leads to the floods here in this Alaknanda region also. And coming to the next one, that is in Uttarakhand only. Next one is in this Uttarakhand region we are having Sorabari Glacier, and that glacier is almost at the high. Means these are all in the Himalayan region only. Means we can't divide that one. Okay. Overall 90% of the region of this Uttarakhand is filled with that Himalayas only. So that in that Himalayan region only we are having Chorabari Glacier. This Chorabari Glacier is at the height of almost 3,800 meters, and in that 3,800 meters of this Mandakini river, and that means due to this glacier that melted, means that melted in some summer season, means overall that glacier is going to be melted and that water goes into the Mandakini river, and this one also it leads to the heavy rainfall in the district like Rudrapayag district also, that is also in the Uttarakhand. Means these are all the case study, means what is happened in that year and what region it is happened. These are all the details of the floods which happened in only in Uttarakhand. Okay, in our India. And coming to the next one, that is other than Uttarakhand, these are all the other states of our India. And again in 1943, that is Madras, heavy floods are also is occurred at that time. And because of this excessive rainfall, means just now only in this data I already kept this one. Okay. And here almost that excessive rainfall, it lasted for 6 days. And because of that 6 days excessive rainfall, overall that nearby rivers like Adyar and also the Kovam rivers, they got overflowed. Means obviously if any river is overflowed, means that will go towards the downstream. Means some of the low lying areas will be there. If these rivers are overflowed, means that have to be go to the downstream or low lying areas. Means because of these floods, there is these floods caused so much damage to the property and also the life. And since now also we can't know the exact figure who lose their lives at that time. Means some of the thousands of people, they lost their loved ones and they are homeless also. Okay, at that time. And next one is that is in 1979. I already explained you this. And Machuchu dam, that is situated in the this Machuchu river only. That floods is happened in the town of Morbi, that is in the Gujarat district, Gujarat state. And here also almost they lost because of this floods also almost 1800 to 2500 people, they lost their lives. Okay. And coming to the next one, that is in 1987 in Bihar district, floods happened due to the heavy rainfall. And because of this Kosi river, it overflowed. Means obviously heavy rainfall occur means rivers are going to be overflowed on they're going to be towards the low lying areas or towards the downstream. At that time almost 1399 humans, they lost their life, and 302 animals, and also the public property of 68 billion we lost at that time. Okay. And next one, that is in Punjab in the year of 1988. Punjab experienced its first flood. Why? Because Punjab region is not having any most amount of rivers, they are not having. But in the year of 1988, this Punjab is occurred with the floods, and small rivers will be there. These rivers also, it gets overflowed because of the heavy rainfall, and that occurred its first flood towards the Punjab here. And next is in July 1993, that is flash floods occur in different places in our India. Means almost 7 to 8 states in our India almost occurred with this. They suffered with these floods here. And at that time almost 530 people, they died at that time. Okay. And next one is in that is North Indian floods. In the North Indian floods, mainly in the regions like Uttarakhand and also the nearby areas like means here you can see Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, means nearby to this Uttarakhand region. These overall floods are going to be happen. Why? Because Uttarakhand is having so many Himalayas, so much Himalayan region, means it occupied with the Himalayan area only. Means nearer by that Uttarakhand region also, those Himalayan water will going to be flow into their rivers there. Okay. And due to this one, North Indian states also faced so much of floods here in June 2013, mainly in Uttarakhand. It at that time almost 5,700 people, they faced their death also. And next is in Maharashtra, means we can say in Mumbai. Why? Because in Mumbai this ocean is there, and because of that of course we are having some in Mumbai beaches will be there. Means because of the beaches, when any heavy rainfall is occurred, means obviously there is going to be overflow, and that will go towards the this Mumbai is the very developed state. Okay. And that developed state, it occurred with floods, means almost we can imagine what happened at that time. Why? Because if that developed area is facing any disaster means, if that one have to that state is going to be recovered means, it will take almost some months and also some years also. Means whether the damage can be occurred for the infrastructures, buildings or road transportation, communication facilities, electrical facilities, everything is damaged at that time for these developed areas. Okay. And in this Maharashtra region, or maybe we can say Mumbai region, these floods occur at the time of 2005, and at that time it lost almost some 1094 people. And also Mumbai, the day is also mentioned as the Mumbai came to a standstill. Okay, means these journalists, they kept that name. Why? Because Mumbai is always the means most developed area, and also it obviously working for 24 hours. Means if it is a IT, if we are having any IT companies very well, transportation, communication facilities means, obviously that is going to be, if any disaster is happen means, most of the time we have to just lose some economical loss for the our country also. Okay, so that's why at that time in this 2005 year, overall Mumbai city is closed at that time. And also for example, this Mumbai International Airport also closed for 30 hours because of this floods. And also Mumbai to Pune Express also closed for 24 hours. Means because of this closing of this most important transportation, almost public property we lost at that time is almost 550 crores here. Means in US dollars, maybe $77 million we lost at that time. Means obviously developed area will be closed means we have to lose so much public property can be lost, and it will be a big blow towards the country's income also. And next one is that is in June 2015, in the region of Saurashtra regions in Gujarat, it at that time heavy floods occurred, and almost 70 deaths happened at that time. And in the Gir Forest National Park also, many animals they died at that time, and overall that area also affected. And next one is in South Indian floods. In the South Indian floods, when compared with North Indian region, obviously our South India is also faced with numerous floods here. Why? Because Kerala, now we are seeing Kerala. Okay, that overall Wayanad region is facing the severe floods for some days, or I mean for 1 week it is facing the floods there. Means almost 400 people died before 2 days. Means last 2 days data I am telling you, 400 people died because of this Wayanad floods here. Means we can imagine how much these floods can be, means disturbing our daily livelihood. Okay, means okay. And next is in South Indian regions like Adyar and Kovam rivers in Chennai, that is in Tamil Nadu. It also occurred, floods are occurred in that region in 2015, and that Chennai is also faced with financial loss and also the human loss. And next one is that is means in Assam region. In Assam region, from July to August, most of the floods occurred, and that also leads to the death of both animals and also the humans. And next one is in Gujarat in 2017. Because of the heavy rainfall, severe floods occurred at that time, and that leads to the loss of 200 deaths at that time. And mainly, if these floods occurred in rural areas means, more people can be died, and also the livestock also going to be died in that floods only. And next is that is Kerala flood. And in this Kerala flood that is occurred in 2018, because of the heavy rainfall, these floods occurred at that time also. The Kerala faced almost 445 deaths at that time. And next is in 2019, that is in Kerala only. Almost in overall, I think in India also, overall 7 to 9 states occurred with these floods, and at that time almost 500 plus people they died because of these floods in 2019 here. And in India, that states like Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and also Gujarat, and also this Himachal Pradesh region. These are all the flood prone regions of our India. And next is some Brahmaputra floods. It also affected very heavily, and so many lives we lost at that time. And next is 2020 Assam floods. This is also very occurred in the very vast area, occurring because of the heavy rainfall itself. And coming to the next one, that is what are the main preventive measures of our floods? Means if any floods is going to be occurred, what are the preventive measures we have to take? Means our normal people will be having some necessities, and also if any disaster is going to be happen, means maybe we will having some ideas, means what we are going to do to save ourselves. We are having some ideas to not affected by this flood disaster. Okay, some of the points I kept here, means how we are going to protect ourselves from this flood disaster. That is first one, we have to protect our home. Means how to protect our home means obviously we are going to be very much aware of, means from which side this water are going to be coming inside towards the water, from where it can be coming into the house. We have to know that one, and we have to elevate this water heater, electrical panel. If this flood can be suspectable, means we have to do this one. And also we have to involve the walls in the sewer taps, because to prevent the flood water from backing up towards your home, means we have to check these walls into the sewer traps, because so that's why by preventing this one we can just prevent the flood water to coming into our houses. Okay, and also we have to seal these basements. Why? Because from the basement normally water can be come inside the home. Why? Because basements will be very downhill towards the ground level of the earth surface. Because if floods are going to be occurred, means that area is going to be filled with the water, means we have to do some precautions like this. Means we have to seal the basements with some waterproofing compounds, because seepage can be happened at that time. And next one is we have to, if any disaster, means other than this floods, any disaster happen, means in our house we have to be very much prepared to, means to store the food and to supply the food, or to store the food, and the drinking water we have to keep in stock. So by doing this one, if any disaster happen, means somewhat we can just somewhat we may be safe at that time. Means obviously food is there, water is there, and also some candles we have to keep. Why? Because if any disaster happen, means automatically it will affect the overall electrical facilities, electricity facilities we are going to lost at the time of disasters. Okay, so at that time we have to keep the candles in our homes, so that we can lighten our house with these candles. By these overall precautions, we can somehow save ourselves from this. Okay. And next one is when the flood is imminent. Means imminent means was, of course it is going to be occurring. If that is coming, what we are going to do? If flood is definitely coming, means what we have to do? Firstly, we have to know the updates of these floods. Means if that flood is occurring nearby your areas, okay, means we have to be very much aware of the flood info. Why? Because in your area it is going to be happen, means what we will do. So we have to be very much aware of this flood info here, and we have to listen to the radio or some communication facilities like from TV or from the mobile phones. We have to just listen to the news also. Means they will continuously they will be giving the some emergency alert systems to the emergency for this emergency instructions also. And also we have to bring in our outdoor furniture or some items that can float away. Means for example, in Wayanad floods we are seeing, means overall whether that car is costly or not, it is just washed out from the houses. Why? Because if floods happen, means that will be occurring with at very high speed. Means obviously floods occurring means from what it is occurring, from the heavy rainfall it is occurring. So heavy rainfall is occurring means after the occurring of this heavy rainfall, overall flowing of that water is with very high speed also. Means if the high speed of water is there, means very means some outdoor furniture like maybe it may be vehicles, maybe some of the some decoration items we may be kept outside, and some of the costly items, if that floods is going to be occur, means we have to take out that outdoor furniture into the indoor, and we have to then what will happen, maybe we may not suffer from the property loss from that one. Okay, obviously our house will be very much strong, but when it comes towards this earthquake or some other disaster, some other endogenous disaster, these floods are not going to be washed away the houses, but it can wash away the furniture, trees, like that one. So if we keep out that outer furniture into the indoor, means we can somewhat lose some very less property loss will be there for us. Okay, so that they cannot float away towards some other area like that. And also we have to, means overall some important documents or some important valuable items we have to store and go towards the upper floors, so that that ground floor is filled with the water, means obviously it cannot come towards the upper floor. Okay, maybe for example for up to upper floor or G+1 G+2, water cannot come at some regions. Okay, so that we have to keep out these valuable things and important documents. Overall we have to store in some place in the upper floor also. And next one is during the flood, means already flood is occurring in your area, means what we have to do, means we have to seek the higher ground. Means if you are already in your house, means we have to go towards the upper floor. Means we are not if we are going to wait for the instruction, means we will be going to lose our lives. So we have to go towards the higher ground, and we have to be beware of this flash floods, because flash floods are immediately it will just wash out that region. Okay, that's why it is called as the flash flood. And because of this flash flood, such as canal, streams, drainage channels, what they will do means overall water will get overflows, and that will come towards the low lying areas. And next point is we have to be very ready to evacuate, or displacement can be done immediately when this disaster is going to be happen. And also we have to turn off these main switches, and also unplug the appliances like ACs, TVs, and also refrigerators. Why? Because at that time some current shocks are also going to be happen. So we are not going to allow if that electrical equipment is wet also. Okay. And next is when we are going out from that flood area, means directly we can't go. Why? Because how much depth that flood water is there, we can't know. So by using the stick only, we have to go outside. Okay, means by seeing the depth of that water by using that stick, it will be very much helpful. Means easily we can go from that depth, from that region also. Means directly we can't walk. Why? Because flow of the water will be, sometimes it will be very high. So by using the help of this stick, we have to be walk towards the some safe area. And also some other point is, if you are traveling in your car towards the safe place, means at some point you have to leave your car. Why? Because that car cannot be traveled to that safe place. Means overall that nearby areas are filled with this flood water only. Means at that time what you will do? Just leave your car, whether it may be any costly or less cost or high cost, just leave your car. Why? Because of course our lives are important than the cars. Okay. So we have to leave the car and we have to seek the alternate routes other than that road. Okay. And next one is after the flood. Means after the flood is happened, what we are going to do? Firstly, we have to stay away from the flood water. Means contaminated water is very much dangerous. At that time, some of the some snakes are also can be present in that water, and in that contaminated water also some mosquitoes will be there. If we are going to go towards that water, means that may cause the malaria or cholera diseases for us. So we are not going to go nearer to that flood water, and we are not going to attempt to swim or walk towards that area. And also when any area is residing with this water, means we have to be very much far away from that water. Why? Because overall that road waves can be affected because of this one, and some may be collapsed also, and some weak roads can be collapsed because of this floods. Okay. And next point is we have to avoid the power lines also, and also mud water can be in this mud water power lines can be means that overall that wires are fallen into the water. So at that time electric shocks can be happen. That also at that time also we are going to lose our lives. So we have to be very careful. And at that time don't drink the tap water when until it is advised by the health department. And next, when we came after the floods to our home, means we have to clean everything, whether it may be inside or outside. In our every room we have to clean the our houses. Why? Because some mud will be there and some contaminated water will be there. So after cleaning only we have to do our next daily, we have to do the next necessity things. Okay. After cleaning only we have to be safe. Okay. If you are not going to clean, means it will be some places can be disinfected, means that also can cause the diseases. Okay. And next is what are the main impacts of these floods are. First one, that is human casualties and also the displacement. Means these floods can also occur the it causes the so many lives, and also so many can be suffered with injuries. There will be displacement of people, and some people can be evacuated. Means forcibly government can evacuate that people from one place to another, and at that time obviously evacuations and also relief efforts can be done before that floods only, so that people can save themselves from this disaster. And next is economic losses. In this economic losses, damage can be done due to this can be done towards this infrastructure, agriculture, and also the property losses, and the transportation and also the communication facilities can be defected by this one. And next is health risk, and in this health risk, because of the contaminated water, waterborne diseases can be developed. So we have to be careful when we are drinking the water after the floods. Okay. Next one is environmental degradation, and in this environmental degradation, overall environmental conditions of that region can be changed because of these floods. And also these floods can lead to the soil erosion, and that can be loss of the diversity also, and natural habitats can be degraded at that time. Okay. And next one is mitigation and management. Means how to mitigate this flood disaster. Means first one, that is structural measures. Means obviously if our infrastructure and any type of structure have to be strong, means we have to strengthen it with by using the different types of materials with some very strong. Means we have to strengthen our infrastructure also at that time. Means if you are not going to face these floods again, means we have to construct dams, embankments, levees, and also the proper drainage facilities can be given to the that flood prone regions also. And also implementation of the flood forecasting have to be done, and early warning system have to be given to the people. Okay, next is non-structural measures, and in these non-structural measures we have to improve the overall land use planning, and also the zoning regulations have to be done, and we have to aware the people and also prepare them, means if flood occur means how to be save themselves. So we have to study the means study the people, means awareness can be done among them. And next is effective disaster management can be done here. And next is policy and governance, means government have to be take action, means some policies have to be introduced that will be related to the flood management or for the sustainable development also. Some policies have to be increased here. And these are all the mitigation and management process of this floods. Okay, these are the references books. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.